Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Monday, June 26th, 2023. The main fire potential impacts for the next few days are shown here. We're still looking at moisture in place over the north and moving into portions of northern and western Nevada today with gusty, dry winds out ahead of a low here in Utah. That pattern generally keeps up for Tuesday and into Wednesday, with the winds dying down a bit over Tuesday and Wednesday in Utah. Past 24 hours of precipitation and lightning are shown here. We had a few thunderstorms develop over Idaho into western Wyoming and portions of far northern and western Nevada. Recent fire activity is shown on this map. We have had some initial attack. We did have some initial attack fires over the weekend, most notably a couple of few hundred acre fires in the Boise area with smaller fires elsewhere. Precipitation for the past 14 days is shown here with the inches on the left and percent of normal on the right. It hasn't been a particularly dry couple of weeks of the Great Basin. You can see our neighbors pretty much everywhere else for the Pacific Northwest and Southwest have been dry, but we have been fortunate to have these storms moving through, keeping precip in the forecast for the past couple of weeks. After this week, we're going to see a change in that pattern. Current ERC values are shown here for a couple of zones. Here over southwest Idaho, we can see the ERC values are below normal for the time of year, but have been on a pretty rapid increase over the past week or so with some drier air up there. Same story down south across the Arizona Strip. The values are below normal for the time of year, but have been on a rapid increase. We will expect to see, like I said, after this week, drier air, warmer and drier air will be moving in, so we will expect to see our ERCs rapidly increasing after this work week. Sagebrush live fuel moistures are shown here for a couple of sites. Over southwest Idaho, we can see the sagebrush values are right at average for the time of year. And further south, over southwest Utah, the values are just above average for the time of year. That's pretty much what we're seeing. The values are closer to normal up north and above normal across much of portions of Nevada and Utah. Satellite imagery for this morning shows that area of low pressure continuing to dominate the weather pattern over the western U.S. Center of that low pressure is over northern California into western Nevada, and it'll kind of hang out there for the next couple of days, keeping showers and thunderstorms in the forecast over Idaho, northern and western Nevada, and keeping it dry, breezy conditions in place over Utah and southern Nevada. For this afternoon, we can see that low pressure in place over the western U.S. with moisture across the north and drier air across the south and east. We don't have any high risk for these winds just yet. The probability of precip is shown here with a better chance for those showers and thunderstorms over Idaho, Wyoming, northern and western Nevada. And then the gusty winds over central and eastern Utah this afternoon with gusts up to 35 miles an hour or so, maybe a little bit higher in some pockets across the southeast. On Tuesday, more of the same is expected. That low remains in place, keeping things cooler with a better chance of thunderstorms across the north, warmer and drier down south. So again, thunderstorms across Idaho, Wyoming, and northern Nevada on Tuesday. A little bit less coverage across central and western Nevada on Tuesday for those thunderstorms. And the winds are more isolated on Tuesday down to the southeast corner of Utah with lighter winds elsewhere. On Wednesday, the low begins to make its way a little bit further eastward, centering itself over northern Nevada for continued shower and thunderstorm activity, scattered showers and thunderstorms in the north, drier in the south. Probability of precip again here showing those showers and thunderstorms over Idaho, Wyoming, and northern Nevada once again. And then the winds pretty much in the same general area, southern and southeast Utah on Wednesday. We could see some gusty outflow winds with those thunderstorms over western Nevada on Wednesday as well. And any thunderstorms that do happen to pop up over northwest Utah. The 3-day precip totals are shown here. Pretty good precip totals are expected over the central Idaho mountains into western Wyoming, and even northern Nevada is going to get a little chance of a wetting rain here and there, even into central Nevada. Still dry over Utah and southern Nevada. As we head into Thursday, that low finally starts to continue to work its way eastward. bringing cooler temperatures to eastern portions of the Great Basin. And on Friday, we'll really start to see the weather pattern changing as that low quickly moves off to the east. We'll see a high pressure ridge begin to build into the western U.S., bringing temperatures up. So that's Friday into Saturday. Pretty strong ridge builds into the Great Basin. Temperatures up over 90 degrees by Saturday. And that's the general pattern heading into the first part of next week. We can see some of our zones turning to brown across the south as that heat and dryness really builds in day over day. We will expect to see our vegetation, our fuels curing out more rapidly across the southern Great Basin as that hot and dry air mass settles in. The 7-day totals for precip look much the same as the 3-day. As the second half of the forecast period, we really start to dry out and build some heat into the basin. The extended outlook for July 3rd through the 9th calls for above normal temperatures across the entire western U.S., including the Great Basin, with below normal chances for precip over Utah and up into Nevada. Again, this is a signal of a delayed monsoon, or where any monsoonal moisture will be shunted off to the south and east, staying out of Arizona and the Great Basin. This concludes today's fire potential briefing. Please check back tomorrow for the latest updates.